Hello, my name is Keren Raymond. I'm an active fellow and an open act alum. I'll be interviewing some opening act alumni, currently going to know what's happening in their life right now after opening act. And I'll be interviewing.
Joshua, hi, how are you?
I'm great, and you?
Good, good.
What was your experience like the first time you stepped foot into a opening act workshop?
It was a very different atmosphere because all I've been familiar with in that school has been anything but creative or anything that has to do with anything about the arts. So walking into that space felt more familiar than any other space in that school, and I always look forward going over there since that day. Like from the meditations and just yes-anding and the whole idea of just validating each other's ideas and still going with it is something that I really loved about it, which kept me going. So yeah, that's my answer for that.
What was the moment that you realized what you wanted to do?
The moment that I knew what I wanted to do, I guess, would be my first time ever performing by myself. Before opening act, before acting, I was a dancer. I used to dance in teams. We used to travel and all that stuff. And I just always remember the first day performing. And I was just like, I didn't know exactly what, but I always knew that I wanted to be a performer. And I like being on stage and expressing that art. And yeah, that's been kind of like my motive ever since.
That's awesome. Did opening act inspire that?
It actually did. This was actually when things got more solid as to what I wanted to do. I had no experience with acting. I did not know, I did not do any course for acting, improv, none of that. I didn't even know improv existed until when I was in high school. And I remember one of the teaching artists, Marcus, came into my classroom and he was telling us about opening act and improv, and I was one of the first volunteers. And since then, me committing to opening act and getting involved has been kind of like the main reason why now I know for a fact that I want to be in theater rather than being just a dancer. Like I enjoy acting, I enjoy improv, I enjoy the scenarios that we create. Just the idea of creating is what, really got me going.
And I yes in that, yes.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So, what do you do now?
At the moment, currently working. I am a recreational aide at a rehab center. But aside from that, I make TikToks from time to time to kind of work with my creative side while also be getting involved with opening act in any possible way that I can.
Awesome, because I'm with you on that too. So, what tools that you have gotten from opening act that now you use in your daily life?
One of the things that I felt like that wasn't entirely intentional but just applied because of me being an opening act is kind of like adapting in environments that I'm put in, and as well as taking risks. A lot of the times, even before me being in acting, I was still shy. I still didn't know how to go about things, especially being in that department. A lot of things was done for me. Yeah, with being with the tools and opening act, what they gave me was just the yes and the improv, and that idea that I got from that was just adapting from whatever scenario that I'm in, whether if it's the workspace, school, college, whatever the case may be. It's a way for me to analyze it from an open-minded point of view and approach it the best way that I can.
Yes, I love that too. How do you find and make community in your life?
In terms of finding community, that's been it's not exactly ongoing right now. The main community that I guess you could say that's the most consistent is opening act, because throughout these years, ever since starting, I still have friends that I can reach out to this day. And if we were to want to create something, we would make it happen. That's the one thing that I really appreciated about being involved with this program, is because of the fact that it gave me that opening to be more social and to network, which actually kind of answers back to that old question of saying, what are the tools that I portray? That's also networking. So yeah, the main consistent community is the opening act and those within it.
So, after high school, what helped you adjust?
I would have to say the mentors that I had throughout high school, then to then leaving. One of those was Matthew, Marcus, and a number of teachers that was within my school. They kind of like gave me these ideas while, yes, we're graduating, yes, we're going into college or entering the real world, whether it's work or school, that things will be good. As long as I take the time that I need and all that stuff, I can get to where I want to go.
So what project have you done that you feel like it's you, like it presents your best self?
That's actually a really good question, only because of the fact that there's been so many projects that I've done and in many different groups, and I felt like all of them is kind of like I bring out my best self, but also at the same time I don't bring out all of it. But one that I would most definitely bring up is the one that I did with Opening Act not too long ago, earlier this year. We did a video shoot on a rooftop talking about core values. We was all acquired a core value, and mine was about including. And I've never done this before. I've never done anything like it, nor publicly presented anything like this. I basically wrote a rap. Originally intended to be a poetry, but ended up being a rap. And as much as even though I had no experience doing this and I've never done this at all, I felt like it was a good part of myself that I didn't even know that was there. And I felt like with that was one of those moments that best represented me, which best felt like me.
Yo, check it. In life, we see groups, we see cliques, but the people that are out feel like they need to fix the ways, the habits, whatever keeps them moving. The time is now to talk about the power of including. Alone we are strong, but together we are stronger. That's why no obstacle will hold us any longer. This is no place for confinement or control. This is simply a point, an assignment to my role. Give the open hand, spread your arms wide. Only as a band will we change the tide. We are all unique, we are all our own. So let us speak as one and show the numbers grown. The rap is from my soul and straight from my heart. So let's all be included and we'll never fall apart.
What would you tell your younger self when you were still trying to figure things out?
I would definitely tell them, good things take time. Good things take time, and slowly but surely, as long as I'm moving and I'm moving with purpose, I will get to where I need to be. And to not get discouraged by my failures, consider them lessons. That's what I would say to myself.
I love that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Georgia, for being here. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for watching. Till next time.